Paul Sewald took the loss after allowing 4 runs on 5 hits in relief Friday as the Mets fell 7-4 to the Cubs. Charles Wenzelberg: If the Mets are going to change that tune and get back on top in June, they will have to do better. Much better. These are now the underwater Mets. It's one game below .500 and counting for the Mets, who ushered in June with another bullpen meltdown in a 7-4 loss to the Cubs on Friday at Citi Field. Paul Sewald was battered for 4 runs over 1 squared innings, helping ensure the Mets' 9th loss in 12 games on a night when the lineup rallied late but couldn't erase a 4-run deficit. Jace Familia, pitching in the 9th with the Mets behind, allowed a run that gave the Cubs their final margin of victory. Adding to the carnage, Jay Bruce departed the game in the 4th inning with lower back soreness, leaving the Mets with 3 healthy outfielders. The wounded include Yoenis Cespedes, who is on the disabled list with a hip flexor strain. Lost for the season is Juan Lagares, who underwent surgery on his left big toe after hitting the center field fence at Citi last month. Suddenly, Jose Bautista, recently signed to provide right-handed power off the bench, has become an important piece in the outfield. The Mets, 27-28, have grown accustomed to pitching dysfunction in the late innings. They entered play with a 4.41 ERA from the bullpen, which ranked 24th in the major leagues. Never were the deficiencies more evident than on the last road trip, when the Mets suffered 3 walk-off losses. Adrian Gonzalez's 2-run single in the 8th gave the Mets a glimmer of hope, but the full comeback from a 6-2 deficit never occurred. A night earlier, the Mets managed only 4 hits in losing 5-1 to lefty Jose Quintana. To accomplish anything in this series, the Mets will have to handle a lefty starting pitcher because the Cubs have Mike Montgomery and John Lester aligned to pitch the next 2 games. The Mets entered play with an abysmal .604 ops against lefties. Zach Wheeler received a no decision after pitching 6+ strong innings, in which he allowed 2 earned runs on 7 hits with 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. But manager Mickey Callaway left the right-hander in the game 2 batters too long with a 2-0 lead in an effort to avoid using the bullpen. Addison Russell singled to lead off the 7th inning, and with Chris Jimenez batting, he broke toward second on a hit and run. Jimenez found the hole vacated by Rosario for a single that ended Wheeler's night. Sewald entered and allowed a sacrifice fly to Kyle Schwarber before Ben Zobrist's RBI double tied it 2-2. With 2 outs, Chris Bryant delivered an RBI single that put the Cubs ahead. It continued a recent slump for Sewald, who has been scored upon in each of his last 3 appearances. Overall, the right-hander has allowed 9 earned runs over his last 10 innings pitched. Brandon Nimmo blasted a 2-run homer against Tyler Chatwood in the 3rd that gave the Mets a 2-0 lead. Rosario walked to lead off the inning before Nimmo cleared the left field fence for his 7th homer, continuing a torrid stretch. Nimmo entered play 7 for 16.438 with 2 homers in recent play. Wheeler put 2 runners aboard in the 1st but got Anthony Rizzo to hit into a double play, ending the inning. Bryant drew a 2-out walk in the 4th to put runners on 1st and 2nd before Wheeler again retired Rizzo to escape trouble.